Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 78 of Miss Chastity's story of how she married a man that did not exist. So this is part 78. Like I said, if you are just seeing this for the first time, there's a playlist in the description. Kindly go follow that so you watch accordingly. For those that are up to date, let's dive right in. This story is coming to an end. This is 104 parts. So this is 78. So we are getting to the end of it. So let's continue.
Part 78 of How I Married a Man That Didn't Exist. At this time, I was so angry. I was angry at Rob, at Emily. This could have been something so good. I didn't understand. I genuinely, throughout this whole thing, the main feeling that I had was confusion. I may have known the truth now, but that didn't make it easier to swallow. That didn't make it easier to understand. I didn't understand. What do you mean my husband left me 2 weeks after we got married? What do you mean my husband was with another woman the entire time? What do you mean he walked out the door and handed me his children and just left? I could have been anybody. I could have been a horrible person. I could have put a mask on just to get in. I could have hurt those little girls. And he just handed them to me. He should thank his lucky stars.
Like, honestly, do you know, I'll never be able to wrap my head around this. A man that has the heart to dump his children with a woman he just met, and dumped. Hey, nah. That kind of man, you still expect him to do right by you. Hey, nah. Any woman that looks at Mr. Rob and says, yeah, I think I'm the woman that will change him. Your heartbreak is still doing press up. Hey.
That I am exactly who I say I am. And I have the heart that I say that I have. That I show that I have. Nonetheless, I was confused. I could not wrap my head around it. I felt like a complete failure. I felt like I had let the girls down so much because I told them I wouldn't leave them, and here I am leaving. I felt like a liar. I felt like someone who just gave up on her family. Logically, I know this isn't true. But in that moment, you couldn't have told me that. The very thing that I was trying to avoid is exactly what happened. This is why I stayed, even after he left. I didn't have hopes he was coming back. And at some point, I didn't want him to come back. But they had wanted a family so bad. And so did I. And I know that it's not my fault. I know that I didn't make the decision to walk away. I know that he abandoned us all. And he left us there. But I couldn't help but feel like I was at fault. That I had failed my daughters because I couldn't keep our family together. Because somehow I wasn't good enough to keep him. I wasn't good enough for him to stay. They weren't good enough for him to stay. And saying that out loud hit so heavy.
And this is usually the sad part. The victims most times blame themselves for the situation, thinking that it's their fault. And you hear a lot of women asking, what does she have that I don't have? Why are you leaving me for her? What did I... Like, it's not about you. It's about him. It says so much about him than you or her. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. Like, oh, my heart goes out to Miss Chastity. Because if you've been following this story, you see that she has a good heart. She has a big heart. I would say that. She has a big heart. And Oh, guys, I don't even know what to say. Let's just continue.
The reality is, I know that's not true. You don't have to tell me in the comments. I know. His daughters were never enough for him to stay, to stop. I never was. I never would have been. If these perfect girls weren't enough, there's no chance in hell I would have ever come close to being. I tried to comfort them. I told them I'd see them as often as possible, that they could come and stay the weekends with me. And in the back of my mind, I still knew that even that was something that wasn't sustainable. It's something that I told myself in the moment. It's something I told them in the moment to try to ease the pain. And I had full intention on keeping that up until I couldn't anymore. But I knew once I was out, the dynamics would change. I knew that the communication would be less. I knew that not seeing my daughters every day would change the relationship. I knew that eventually Amber, this new woman, she would be brought around. And that sickened me. I had many conversations with Emily about this. And in fact, during the conversation of me telling her that I was leaving, I felt salty. And I told her, I said, don't worry. I'm sure Amber will move in and help you with the bills now. Don't you ever say that. I would never. I swear to God, you are the only one, and I will never allow another woman near these kids. Clock that. Put it in your back pocket for later, besties. We're going to need this one. I'll never allow another woman. I'll never allow that woman around these kids.
If Miss Chastity is still believing Miss Emily at this point, guys, I don't even have words.
I'm sick of Rob's shit. Not sick enough. So packing went into full swing. Oh shit. At this point, Rob was in the program for real. Emily was still stepping away to answer calls, and I was trying to learn how to stop asking about him and if she'd heard from him. I had done a lot of that before the fight in January. Something about that fight specifically broke me, and I felt myself distancing myself from caring to know any information at all about Rob. It's important to note that before he went into this program, they made him go to detox for a week because he obviously was still drinking. So the leadership of this program sent him to detox for a week, and his phone was getting ready to be cut off, and he had talked to Emily about paying his phone bill and paying his car payment and all the things. And I think at that point Emily was over it, and I don't know if she had the funds. I don't know, because she had to get $300 for me to pay the insurance fee, in which to this day I still am owed $150. So, girl, if you're watching, you need to cash at me, because that is $150. Anyway, she had told him that she wasn't paying his phone bill, she wasn't paying his car payment, I don't remember, whatever the fuck. And he got nasty with her, and he told her, if you don't pay my phone bill, if you don't pay my car payment, I'm not going to this program. Oh, so he's showing his true colors. That's who he really is. And he's sober at this point. He was in detox. He had not been drinking. Oh, but you and your mom are best friends. You can count on her for anything. She can count on you for anything. Y'all were just the bestest of buddies. I ain't never talked to
Okay, guys, my heart is still breaking on behalf of those girls. Those are, I don't know, I'm just so stuck on that part. Those girls, the Bob's children. I really hope that they're doing okay. I know they've found the help they need. I don't know, whenever their dad will come around. Men like this, it takes to their old age before they come around. Most of them. Old age before they come around. If they don't even die. It's the old age. Guys, I'll see you in the next part. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.